Welcome guys, it's WebDev Mania, and today we're going to build a book e-commerce website with an external API and our own API, and we're going to deploy it. So as you see here, it is the deployed URL. So I'm already logged in. Let me click on logout. You see here we are again on the home page, but here we have login and register. Let me register. So here, hello user. Let me copy it. Name is going to be here the same, and password is 123123. Click on register, and you see here successfully registered the user. We are redirected to the login page automatically, and again login. And if it's a success, okay, you see we're on the home page. Here you see the books. We have pagination. We can do it like that from the arrows, and you see how it's working. Nice. Let me click on this book here. Let me click on add to cart. You see here it automatically pops up, and here review book, let's say 9.9, the best book ever. Submit, and our page is going to be refreshed, and you see here this is the new review. This is from 3 minutes ago. This is not from the video. Okay, let me click here on the cart, and here you see we can remove it. So you see here, let me remove it. You see we have nothing. Okay, let me go back again and add it this time, and go to checkout. So here order, we are redirected to Stripe, and here we can provide some data. So 4242 here for the visa, then for the month and the year, here some name, and click on pay. And if it's a success, we're going to be redirected to the home page, to a success page, as you see here, success page. So everything's working as intended. So guys, see you in development. Welcome guys, let's start developing. So the first part would be to initialize our Next.js application. So let me type here npx create -next-app at latest, and we're going to get a series of questions. So here it will be book e-commerce, then I don't want TypeScript, I want ESLint, no, src directory yes, app router yes, and customize the default import TLS no, and it will be initialized. Okay, so initialization is done. Let me go here into the book e-commerce folder, and then let me install the dependencies that we're going to have for our application. So they will be stripe /stripe-js, then bcrypt, which is going to be used for hashing the password. JSON web token is going to be for, JSON web token. It's going to be for authentication and authorization. Then mongoose, then next-auth, which is going to be for authentication, specifically for the login. Then react icons, then react paginate, which is for pagination. React toastify is going to give us notifications. Then we're going to have stripe, and lastly timeago.js. So if you've done all of this, click enter and they will be installed. Okay, so we have installed our dependencies. Let me go here into the folder and see what we have. Okay, you see what we have here. And let me make here the project architecture. So here inside the app, I want to make an API folder as well. This will hold our endpoints for the server, and the rest is going to be here the front end. Then let me go here to the layout.js, and here I want to do some things. So let me make that on several lines, and here I want to have the session provider, which is going to be from Next-Auth. What will that do? This will make our user, logged in user, accessible throughout our whole page, so we can get access to everything we need, like the username, email, ID, and all of that stuff. Then I want to have, of course, here the navbar. I want to have below the footer as well, and for now this will be it. So let me make here inside the source, here you see not in the app but the source, let me make components, and I want to make the components that we're going to use, so you know what we're going to do. Here in components, let me make here a book cart, and for the CSS we're going to use CSS modules. It's basically like vanilla CSS, but it's going to give us a unique ID. So when we import all of the components into the home page, which is going to be done automatically from Next.js, I don't want to have conflicting styles, which will make our page look not as we want it to look. That's why we use CSS modules. It's basically like vanilla CSS. Then we're going to have a book catalog. After that, I'm going to have footer, then free delivery, hero, Navbar, Pagination, review card, and I'm going to provide timestamps for everything, so if you want to skip some part, you can skip it freely. And here the last component that I'm going to have is going to be review model. Then I want to have here again inside the source directory, I want to have here a lib and models. Lib is going to be used for the JWT and the database connection, and models here is going to be used for making the models themselves. What will be the structure of our objects, which we are going to be saving in our database. So let me first start with the lib. I'm going to have here a db.js and a jwt.js. Then for the models, I'm going to have a user.js and the review.js. And before starting writing the JSX, the React and all that stuff, I suggest you that we do all of these things because I want to have them set up from the beginning, and then we're going to do the rest. So I want first to go here into the jwt.js. So here let me close the other files, and here import jwt from JSON web token. Then I want to have here export function sign jwt token, and here I'm going to get the payload and here the options. But if I don't provide any options, I want to be set as empty object. And then I'm going to have here the secret. So we're going to create an env file as well, as you know, because the secret is something that we don't want to share here like that. And it's going to be process.env.next.auth underscore secret. And here, while we are at it, I'm going to create here a .env. And here for the .env, as you see here, we need to copy this and paste. And I'm going to write, let's say, secret 123. And here, let me go to my GitHub. So here it is. And let me go here and see what else do I need. So I need the Mongo URL, the Next.Auth secret, which I have already written, the Next-Auth URL, which is going to be the URL we're going to work with. So you can just copy paste it freely. And here, this is for the Stripe. We're going to see that later. Right now, just ignore it. And here, as you see, we need to make the Mongo URL. So let me type it here, the Mongo underscore URL. And here, let me go to my MongoDB. This from before filming the video. So let me create one new cluster for you. So projects, new projects, book, e-commerce, video. Next, create project. After that, we are going to create a deployment. And if you haven't used MongoDB, it's super easy. You can just see the documentation, how you can log in. It's basically you create an account and you are in. It's nothing complex. That's why I'm skipping that part. Then here, just click the free version and click on create. And here, let me select the crosswalks, stairs, come on. Like that. Okay, and here I'm going to use the same username and the password so I just don't forget it. Create user. And here finish and close, go to overview, and here it is going to be created soon. So while it is creating, I'm just going to write the rest of that function. And here const token is equal to jwt.sign payload secret, and here options like that, and then we return the token. This is how we sign it, pretty simple. And the next function is for verifying the token. So here export async function verify jwt token, and here session token. And here we're going to have a try catch because we're going to have an asynchronous operation. So here console.error error, and here return no. Then I want to have const decoded is going to be equal to await decode, and here we're going to use the token as the session token, and then I want to have here the secret, which is going to be process.env.nextauth underscore secret, and the decode is from Next.Auth. So here, as you see, Next.Auth, and here this does it have a sign function? I'm not sure. I don't think it does. So yeah, we just use that right now. Okay, here I want to have a CLI just to don't have the text here, and after the decoded I'm going to return it itself like that. And here let me go to my browser, and here you see this is the new Mongo Atlas, how it looks, the UI, and I prefer the old one. So here click on the arrow right I, I prefer this one, it's much simpler to work, or at least for me. And here connect, drivers, and here copy this thing here. Let me go back, paste it, and here the last thing that we need to do for our MongoDB is here to paste from here. They are the same, so you know they are the same here, like that, and click close. And here inside the DB we are going to write the DB connection, so it's going to be, you know, kind of different than react.js. I mean Node.js. React.js cannot connect directly because front end you do it with the backend, of course. So here import mongoose from mongoose, then const connection is going to be equal to an empty object, and here async function connect is going to be the following. So here if connection is connected, here is going to return, it's going to just return the function because we know we are connected. Then if mongoose.connections.length is more than 0, this means that we have something. So here connection is connected is equal to mongoose.connections, and here we get the first connection dot ready state. And then if connection is connected, I know the code looks weird, is equal to 1, then return. This means that we are connected, so we don't need to do anything, otherwise we disconnect. Here disconnect, like that. And here const db is equal to await mongoose.connect, and here process.env.mongo_url, and here connection dot is connected is going to be equal to db.connections 0, and here dot ready state. This is how it works. And here for the disconnect, async function disconnect is going to be like that. If connection is connected, and I'm going to have if process.env.node_env is set to production, which we don't have such a variable, I just write it like that, is going to be await. We actually don't need this function, so ignore myself, ignore that thing. And here const db is going to take the connect, and here export default db, like that. Okay, so let me close here the db.js. We are ready with the JWT, and let me write here the models. I'm first going to write the user actually. So here import mongoose from mongoose, then I'm going to have here const user schema is going to be equal to new mongoose.schema, and here username is going to be type to string, then required is going to be true, and unique is going to be true. Of course we want unique data for the username. Then email is going to be here type of a string, then required is going to be true, and then unique is going to be true. Lastly here I'm going to have here password, which is going to be type of a string, and lastly required of true. And I always put this optional value timestamps is going to be equal to true. Even if I don't use it, I always put it in here. Export default mongoose question mark dot models question mark dot user, and here is going to be mongoose dot model user schema, like that. And let me go here to the review model, and let me write it as well. So here import mongoose from mongoose, like that in a string. Then const review schema is going to be equal to new mongoose dot schema, and here we're going to have several things. So here rating is going to be equal to type of a number, then required is going to be true, min is going to be 1, and max is going to be to 10. So it's going to be varying from 1 to 10. 1 is the least, like the lowest review, and 10 is the best review that you can possibly review you can possibly write. And here description is going to be here type of a string, then required is going to be true, and minimum is going to be 8. You cannot write a description that is going to be less than 8 characters. It's just weird what you're going to write with 7 or less. And then user ID is going to be type mongoose.schema.id, types.object id, and here ref is going to be user, and then required is going to be true, and here book id is going to be, oops, book id is going to be like that. So here type string, and then required is going to be true, and here I'm going to put here timestamps to true, and here export default mongoose question mark dot models question mark dot review, and here mongoose dot model. So this means that if you have created it, okay, but if you have not created that model, create it. We don't want to create it several times, that's why I write that code here. And here review schema like that. So we have written here the models, and here we have written for the JWT, and here for the DB. Nice. And I suggest to you guys, before writing any UI, I want to make the login. This is going to be the first piece of UI along with the navbar that we are going to write, because if we are not authenticated, what's the point of using the application? We want first to be authenticated. So here I'm going to make several endpoints here inside the API. So we are going to have here auth, then I'm going to have checkout, then I'm going to have here register, oops, register, and then review. And the checkout I'm going to delete for now. I'm not sure if I think we're not going to need it. So those are the important things. And here we're going to have, so square brackets dot 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 next, just let me check it, Next-Auth, like that. And here, as you know, we need to write a route.js. This is by convention. This is from Next.js 13. That's how it works here. And so you know that this here is going to be quite lengthy. You can of course copy it from GitHub, but I'm going to write it for you guys and explain it. So here, Next-Auth. So remember, this is for the login. Import credentials provider. This is the provider that's going to enable us to log in. And here, I don't need those curly braces. It's going to enable us to write, and here slash credentials, just let me type it and I'm going to explain it. So this is going to be enable us to use password and email in our application, the typical login flow. Then user from the models user, then import signed JWT token like that, then import bcrypt, oops, bcrypt from bcrypt, come on, import db from libdb, then const handler is going to be Next-Auth, and here is going to be providers like that, and here an array. So the providers, we're going to have only one provider, which is the credentials provider, and so let me type it. Credentials provider, and here parentheses, curly brackets, and here let me start typing the code. So it's going to be a type of credentials, oops, then it's going to be credentials, and here username, label is going to be email, oops, then type is going to be text, and then the placeholder is going to be here John Doe. Then password is going to be here label, and here password, and the type is going to be password. So this for our conditions, and then we're going to write the function that is going to do the actual logic. So here async authorize credentials, and here we get the request like that, and then we're going to get here the email and password, which is going to be from credentials. Then await db.connect, of course the function that we have written here, we need that one to connect to our database. And I'm going to get first the user. So we check if we have already that user, because when we log in we want to know that the user has been registered initially, right? And here in await user, find one, and here by the email, then I'm going to make the condition. So if the user doesn't exist, we're going to throw new error, invalid input. Then I'm going to compare the password. So here compare pass is equal to await bcrypt dot compare, and here password user password. So here this is the normal password that we get from our front end, and this is the hashed version, which is looking really crazy. So from 1 to 3, 1 to 3, it can look from 6 characters, it can be hashed to 50 characters, which are unrecognizable. And then compare pass is going to be throw. If we don't if you have a wrong password here, so here throw new error is going to be invalid input. Else this means everything has been successfully done, and then const password other, so I want to get the hash password away from the user underscore doc. This is how we get access to the actual user object. Otherwise we're going to have some weird properties and stuff that we don't want that are from MongoDB and Mongoose. And then const access token is equal to signed JWT token, and here current user, and here expires in, and here 6D, which is for 6 days. And then return is going to be dot current user. We're going to spread the object, and we're going to append the access token as well. This is how it works. Then we're going to have some more work to do. So here you see where the square bracket ends. So here there we have a comma, and then pages are going to be like that. So here sign in, and here slash login, then here comma, this will be the login page, that's what this means, and then callbacks. So here it's an object like that, and here async JWT, we get the token and the user, come on, and here if user exists, we are going to do token.access token, and here user.access token. This is going to be what is going to be saved after the login. This is what it means. And then user._id like that, and of course we need to return the token. Then I'm going to have session, which is going to be what we want our user object to have when we call the session. So when we have already logged in, what data do we want the user to have? So async session, and here session, come on, session, here token, and here if token, then session dot user dot underscore id, and then token dot underscore id, and here session dot user dot access token, and here token dot access token, and here return session, just like that. And lastly, here I want to export here handler as get, and here handler as post, and here we are ready with the function. Okay, we are done with the login. Let me make the register. So here in the API, not in the old folder, but the API folder here, we make the register. And we have already made it, I forgot. So here route.js, and let me start typing the code. So import db from here, come on, so here lib and db, that's how we do it. Oops, then import bcrypt from bcrypt, and then import user from models user. And here we're going to have only one function, which is a post function, export async function post, register is a post request, you send the data and you want something to happen. We get here the request, and then we have a try catch, and here inside the catch block we have return new response, and here json.stringify error.message, and here status is 500. Then I'm going to have here await db.connect, and then we want to have const username, email, password, and here pass. Come on, pass. Is going to be equal to await request.json. Then const is existing is going to be equal to await user.find1, and then email. So we check if it already exists. So if it already exists, we're going to throw an error. We do the opposite logic as the login. So in the login, you want to check if the user has been registered, but in the register, you want to see that he hasn't registered yet. So you don't want to create duplicate users, and then throw new error, and here user already exists. Then the next thing that we're going to do is to hash the password. So here hashed password is going to be equal to await bcrypt.hash, and here pass, and here we pass the salt, which is 10. This is basically for how hard you want to encrypt it. Then const new user is going to be equal to await user.create, and here username, email, password, and here hashed password. And then const password user is going to be equal to new user._doc, and here return new response, and here JSON.stringify user, and here status is 201. And this is it. This is how the register works. So here we are ready with the login, we are ready with the register. I want just to do some here the default stylings and stuff. So here when you go to our globals, I want to have the following styles. So here let me remove absolutely everything from here, and here asterisk to apply it to everything, and here box sizing is border box, then margin is going to be 0, and padding is going to be 0. Then root is going to be here. We are going to set some primary keywords. So here primary cover is going to be here hash 159b15. Then primary cover darker is going to be here hash 198a19. And then we're going to have secondary color is going to be here 333, and then secondary color darker, lighter actually, not darker this time, is going to be 555. And then I want to apply it for all the links that I don't want to have text decoration, and here color is going to be inherit and not the default blue. Then here I want to go here to my page.js. So here, where is it? Page.js. Here I want to remove absolutely everything. Actually I'm going to leave out the main, but here I want to remove those divs here. Those 3 divs, I want them to be removed. And here I'm going to import here the hero component. Where is it? I have created it. I have not created the JSX. Okay, so let me create for all the components a JSX and the CSS file. So here book cart.jsx rfce, and this rfce magic, oops, let me remove it. Rfce is an extension. So here let me go to the extensions, and here that is the extension ES7 React Redux React Native Snippets. It is very useful and save you a lot of time while developing. Okay, and here let me go back, and here I want to create book cart.module.css, and let me import it here. So import classes from /, and this is how we do it. So if you wanted to write absolutely vanilla CSS, we remove it and write it like this. But for modules, you just need to write module.module between the book cart and the CSS. And let's say that we want to write the container class, is going to be like that. Class name is going to be classes.container with CSS modules. But with vanilla, CSS is going to be like that. So you see how it's like vanilla CSS basically. Okay, then let me make it for the book catalog. So here book catalog.jsx rfc, and here we create the CSS. So here book catalog.module.css, and let me import it here. Import classes from here /book catalog. Then footer.jsx rfc, then footer.module.css, and here import classes from /, and then free delivery JSX, and here rfc free delivery.module.css, and here let me import it. So here import classes from here /, and here have I imported in the footer? I forgot. Yes, I've done it. Okay, then hero.jsx rfc, and then hero.module.css, and let me import the CSS file like that. Then navbar.jsx rfc, and here navbar.module.css, and here import classes from /navbar. Then for the pagination, let me create here pagination.jsx rfc, and here again the same thing. So here pagination.module.css, and here import classes from here /. Then I want to have review cart.jsx rfc, and then review cart.module.css, review modal.jsx rfc, oops, what's that, rfc, and here let me import it. So here finally modal.module.css, and here import classes from /, like that. Here I want to go to my I want to go here to my page.jsx, and here let me import the hero section, and then I'm going to import the book catalog. This is for our home page. So you see here home page, and here I want to close everything here close to the right. I want to go here to the layout.js, and here I want to import the navbar. So here navbar like that. Then the footer is for our layout, and here the session provider is going to look like that. So here inside the app, I want to create here session provider. This for our Next-Auth. For after we login, I want to fetch the user data. That's what it does. So here inside the session provider, first is we're going to make use client, and then import session session provider from Next-Auth React. Then const provider is going to be like that. So here children session, and here turn session provider, and here we're going to pass the session prop here, and we use client because under the hood it's using React context, that's why. And here the children. Okay, and right now let me import it here. So session session provider like that, and we wrap it here, and we are done for now with the layout. And here I almost forgot, here we need to use as well use client inside our layout. So here let me pass it use client. Okay, we're done with this, and here let me start our Next.js application. So here book.ecom, book cdbook.ecommerce actually, and here npm run dev, and it's going to be here right now in several seconds. Okay, you see it here, nice. And while it's loading here, let me just close everything here, and I want to make here the pages as well. So here inside the app, I want to create the pages, which are going to be the following. Here I want to have cart, which is going to be when we get the books and we want to buy them. Then the details, this for the book details. Then I want to have a login page. Then I want to have here Redux. We're actually going to use Redux, but right now I'm going to leave it. That's why I didn't install anything. It's for the cart. Later we're going to do it. Then after the login, I want to have here register, and here I want to have a success page, and those are the pages. Nice. And here I'm going to create an assets folder, which is not going to be a page, but it's going to hold our images here. And here, let me see what's the problem. Here you are attempting to export metadata from a component use client, which is disallowed. Either remove the export or or the use client directive. Okay, so right now I'm going to remove it. So this is giving us an error. If I refresh it, we see nothing. Why we see nothing? Let me go here to the hero, and here just let me inspect console, and here we see an error. So I'm going to fix that error right now. Guys, the error is very simple. I just forgot to export it. So here export default like that, and then here, oops, let me go back, let me remove this, and here I want to have the provider. So here the session provider from slash session provider, and here let me change the name, and this is the error. Right now let me see if we have any error. If I refresh the page, provider is not defined. Wait, how it's not defined here? We exported, wait, it's because of the use client here. Let me write it. So here remove it, add here const, and here export default provider. I know it's a silly mistake, but you know, things happen. So right now it is working, as you see here. Nice, it is working. Okay, so let me go here. Have you written here inside the page.modal.css something? No. Okay, let me remove it here from the page.modal.css, and let me write something here. We don't have actually, as I see from my other computer, so we can remove it freely. And here, let me remove it here and remove the image here. I don't going to use it. Okay, so I suggest you that we first start with the navbar, because the navbar is going to contain the link to our login. So here, let me go to our navbar, and here let me start developing. Okay, so first I want to mark it with the use client directive. So here we'll type use client. Come on, so here use client. Then I want to get some functions. So here import sign in, which is from Next.Auth React. It pops up here. Then sign out, and then use session. Come on, use session. I want to get the link from next link here, so here import link from next/link. Then I want to get the use selector from Redux. Actually, we're going to need it later. This is for displaying how much books we have added. So right now this is it. Actually, we have the icon. Oops, my bad, I almost forgot the icon. So here AI outline shopping cart, and here from React icons AI, like that. And here we have class name is going to be classes.container, then classes.wrapper, and here we're going to have const data session, and here use session. This is how we get it. Then we're going to get if the user is logged in, like that. So here is logged in session question mark dot user. So if it's true, we are logged in. If not, we are not logged in. And I can even wrap it here with a boolean, like that. So it gives us true or false. Inside the wrapper, I'm going to have here a left. So here we are going to have here the link, which is going to have an h2 inside. So here web dev mania, and then href is going to be equal to slash, like that, and here class name is going to be classes.left, and then I'm going to have classes.right, which is going to be the right side, and here I'm going to have a condition. So if logged in is equal to true, so like this, equal to true, then I want to have a logout button. What else we're going to have here? So here logout, and here I want to add something. So here a non-click event, which is going to be calling the sign out function. So here sign out, and here class name is going to be classes.logout button. Then I want to have here the else condition from the ternary operator, and here again parentheses, React fragment, and here we're going to have for login and register, and we're going to test them afterwards because we have written, you know, the logic. So here button login, and then we're going to have a link which is going to be for the register, like this register, and here link href register, and here class name is going to be classes.register, and then on click is going to be here calling the sign in function, so like this sign in, and here class name is going to be classes.login, and here we have written for the register. So let me go down, and here we have another condition. So if logged in is true, we're going to have here the cart, so like that. So here href cart, and then class name is going to be classes.cartContainer, and inside I'm going to have the AI outline shopping cart, which is going to have a class name. So here class name is going to be classes.cart icon, and below I'm going to have here a span, which is going to be the cart quantity. Right now we don't have the functionality for adding the books, so right now I'm just going to type for here the cart quantity. I'm going to type inside the span 0, just for something to be displayed. And this is it. So we can go here to the CSS, and let me start typing the CSS. So I want to remove those files, split the screen so you see what I'm styling here, and let's go. So dot container, oops, dot container is going to be height of 75 pixel, width is going to be 100%, position is going to be sticky, then top is going to be 0, left is going to be 0, background color is going to be var / primary color, and then box shadow is 2 pixel, 5 pixel, 27 pixel, and -8 pixel, RGBA 000 0.1, and here the index is going to be 1. Then dot wrapper is going to be here width of 90%, then height of 100%, margin of 0, auto, then display of flex, justify content space between, align item center. Then dot left is going to be color inherit, and text decoration of none. Then dot left, and here the h2 we're going to have 20 font size of 28 pixel, font weight of both, and color is going to be white. So let me see how the styling looks right now. Styles are not defined. What? Here inside the page.jsx. Here I know what's the problem. Here I want to remove this. Okay. And right now you see how it's looking. Okay, so let me continue here and we start with the right side. So dot right, and here just let me close here the sidebar, and here right is going to be display of flex, justify content of flex, and then align time center and gap of 1.75 ARM. Just let me remove that line here. Then the logout btn is going to be, logout button is going to be border of none, outline is going to be none, padding of 0.75 ARM and 0.75 ARM, color green, then border radius is going to be 8 pixel, transition of 150 milliseconds, and here cursor is going to be pointer. And then we are going to apply a hover effect, of course. So the hover effect is going to be cover EF. And here, why I have put green, actually I can just do the primary color, that's why we have written all of these things here. Nice. Then I want to have here the dot login, which is going to be the following. So background color is going to be white, then the color is going to be var, again primary color, border is going to be none, outline none, then padding is going to be 0.5 on top and bottom and 1.25 on left and right, border radius of 22 pixel, cursor pointer, and transition of 150 milliseconds. Then dot login, and here hover is going to be background color of EF, then dot register is going to be color white, and then dot card container is going to be here display of flex, position is going to be relative, text decoration is going to be none, font size of 18 pixel, color is going to be white. Just let me see what's here. Okay, after the color white we have just a cursor of pointer. And lastly, the card quantity we're going to start with. So it's going to be position of absolute, then width of 18 pixel, height of 18 pixel, background color is going to be white, color is going to be var primary color, bottom of 0.75, left of 0.75, display of flex, align items of center, justify content of center, border radius of 50%, and font size of 15 pixel. Nice. Okay, we are ready with the navbar. Let me see how it looks. It looks great. And here I see we have an error. If I refresh the page, okay, we don't have the error, so don't mind it. And right now, when I click on the login, you see here the page doesn't exist. So we need to create the login. And here, how I do it, here we're going to make a page.jsx. Let me just close it here. And the page.module. And the login, actually here we're not obliged to do it like that, but here we must write page.jsx, and here the register we're going to do it as well. So here rfc and then register.module.css, and let me import it here like that, and then let me import here. So here rfc, and let me import the styling sheets. So I suggest to you guys that we start first with the register, because we need to register in order to login. And the register here is not going to be very hard, like it's not a hard logic. So let me start typing here the CSS. And here I want to change it here to register. Okay, so here class name is going to be classes.container. Then I'm going to have classes.wrapper. And then I want to have an h2 of register. Then form we are going to have here on submit, and here handle submit. Then input is going to be type of text, placeholder of username, on change is going to be here right now an empty function. We're going to write it a little bit later. Then I want to copy paste, and here just change to email, and here to email, and again copy paste, change it here to password, and here placeholder is going to be password. Nice. And then button is going to be here class name classes.submit button, and here register. Below the button I want to have here another button, which is going to be here done, and here you see appos, this is a special character here, don't have an account. This is basically for the apostrophe, that's why it's short for appos. And then br, this is going to be on the next line, register now. Okay, and here I want to have the toast container because I want to be notified if everything is successful. So here let me import the toast container. Nice. And here for this button I want to have, of course, a class name, which is classes.register. Classes.register now, and then on click is going to be here sign in. So this is basically going to redirect us to the sign-in page. That's what it does. Okay, and here let me start typing the logic. So first I want to import here for the toast container the CSS. So here react toastify, otherwise it's not going to look nice. Then slash dist slash react toastify dot css. Nice. And here I want to declare the states to track here the input values. So const username set username is equal to use state initially is going to be empty string. So then email set email is use state empty string, and then password set password again is going to be initially an empty string. So guys, I want to tell you something different right now. If you have any critique for my videos, type it in the comments. I want to improve the all videos. So video by video I want to be better. That's my purpose and goal. Okay, and here I want to start tracking the state. So here I want to have here e and then set username e.target.value. Then we take the event here and then set email e.target.value. And here again we take the event and here set password is going to be e.target.value. That's how we get access to the values here, and then we can send them to the backend. And then const handle submit, which is an async function. This is going to be the function that's going to make the request to the backend. Here we take the event, and the first thing, form submission automatically refresh the pages. I don't want to do this. So here event.prevent default. Then if username is equal to empty, equal to empty, or email is equal to empty, or the password is equal to empty, then I want to return, actually I want to here do the toast.error and here fill all fields and then return, and here return. Then if the password dot length is less than 6 characters, I want to again throw an error. So here password must be at least 6 characters, and again return. Okay, and here try catch, I want to console.log the error, and here for the try block, let me write the actual logic here. So here const response is equal to await fetch, await fetch, and here http //:localhost 3000 /API /register, and here I want to have the data. So here headers, we're going to set it to content type application/JSON. This means that we're going to send the data in the JSON format. Just let me here write the command. Then method, as you know, it's going to be a post request. And then for the body, we want first to make the body from a normal object to a JSON format. As you know, here we have written that. And here is going to be username, email, email, and password. Let me just make it on a new line. Like that. So here, that's how we do it. That's how we write the post request. Then if the response is okay, this means our response contains, so I'm just going to write it. So here, something that starts with 2. That means that our response went as we wanted. And then I want to display the success message. So here toast.success is going to be successfully registered the user, and then set timeout. And here this set timeout is going to redirect us to the sign-in page. So first we log in. If the login is successful, we display the message, and after a second and a half, this is 1500 milliseconds, second and a half, we're going to be redirected to the login page instead of the user manually clicking it. I think it's something that is going to help the user experience, to improve the user experience. And here else toast.error, and here error occurred while registering. And here again return. So we are ready with that. And before trying the register, I want to write the login is going to be very similar, and then we're going to try the register and to see if it works. So let me start here with the login. Again login, and here import use router. So we want, and it's from navigation, not from router. And before using that hook, of course I need to mark it with the use client directive here. Nice. Then I'm going to import the use state. Nice. After the use state, I want to have the import toast container. Come on, toast container, and the toast like this. Then I want to have import sign in from Next-Auth React like this. And then for the login here, I want to have class name classes.container, classes.wrapper, and here const email, set email, use state, because here we are going to need only the email and the password, so we declare only two states here, and set password. Come on, use state. And here I want to get the router from the use router hook, so we're going to redirect the user to the home page after a successful login. Okay, and right now let me start typing the JSX. So here we are going to again have an H2, which is login. And oh my god, did I forget the CSS? Okay, we're going to write here the JSX, and then we're going to write the CSS for both the login and the register. It's not that important. We need the logic first. Then form, and here on submit, and then handle submit. And if you don't feel like writing CSS, guys, you can freely copy it from the GitHub and then skip the part of the video. Okay, let's continue. So here import input, and here is going to be email placeholder, and here email dot dot dot, and here on change, and here set email is going to be e.target.value like that. Then input is going to be password. The placeholder is going to be here password dot dot dot, and here on change we take the event, and here set password e.target.value like that. Below the input here I'm going to have a button which is going to have the class name with the submit button, and this is how you can write classes as well. This is a short way of writing the classes if you want to save some time. And then log in. Below that I'm going to have here a link, so I want to import it, and here it's on next link, yes. And then href is going to navigate us to the register. Then I want to have a class name of classes.login now, and inside it again don't, instead of don't like that, I'm going to write it like this. So here don't, then apples, how was that, ampersand, I think it was called ampersand, that sign, not exactly sure, I think it was ampersand, yes. And then have an account question mark, and then the br tag, and here register now. And below, of course, I want to have the toast container because I want to display messages when it's a successful login. And here let me copy the function name, and here const end of submit is equal to async and the event, and let me start typing here the code. Okay, so again event.prevent default to prevent the default behavior of the form when it has been submitted, which is refreshing the page. I don't want the page to be refreshed, so yeah. Then let's continue here. If password is equal to empty or email is equal to empty, then what we're going to do, toast.error, and here fill all fields, and here exclamation mark, and then return. Of course we want to stop the function execution. Then again, if password.length is less than 6 characters, again toast.error, password must be at least 6 characters long, again exclamation mark here we cannot, and then return. And here we are going to make the request. So for the catch block, you know, we do it just console log and then the error, but for the try block, let me start. So here const response is equal to await sign in, and here, you know, we are going to do the credentials, the type of credentials, the credentials provider, and here we need to pass the email, the password, and the redirect is going to be false. I don't want to be redirected right now. Then if response question mark dot error is equal to no, this means that we don't have any error, so we can, so it's a successful login, and then we can push it to the home page. That's how we're going to do it. And here else toast dot error occurred while logging in. Nice. And let me start typing here the css. Oops. Okay, so you see how the login pages look. We need some css actually. Nice. Okay, so let me go here to the CSS and let me start styling it. And then we're going to do it with the register, don't worry. So here, dot container is going to be margin top first of 5 pixel, height is going to be calc 100 vh minus 60 pixel, and then width is going to be 100%, then dot wrapper is going to be width of 85%, margin of 0, auto, display of flex, flex direction of column, and align items of center. Then dot wrapper, and here we target the h2, which is the title, font size of 32 pixel, color of 222, and then later spacing of 1 pixel. Then dot wrapper, and here we target the form, is going to have margin top of 2 IRM, width of 20%, panic of 1.5 on all sides. Then border is 1 pixel, solid 666. Then border radius is 8 pixel. Display of flex, flex direction is going to be column. And just let me see here from my screen what we have left. Okay, let me scroll down, and then I have justify content of center, align items of center, and gap of 2 IRM. Let me see before continue with the styles. Okay, it looks much better right now, and we still have to style the input, the button, and here the text, the button and the link here. Okay, let's continue. The dot wrapper in the form and the input. This selector is the direct children. If I omit this, it means whatever is inside, whatever level deep, but this means the direct children. I prefer to write it that way because it's more, semantic. And then let me continue. So here and then outline of none, border is going to be none. After the border none, we have the border bottom of 1 pixel, solid 666, and then panic of 0.5 rm. Then I'm going to have dot wrapper, and here actually we're done with this, so let me continue. So submit button is going to have the following styling. So outline is going to be none, then padding is going to be 0.5 on top and bottom, and 1 IRM on left and right. Border is 1 pixel, solid transparent, font size of 17 pixel, font weight of both, background color is going to be EF. It's going to be here 22A, or we can just write here the primary color, just the primary color. We can do it like that. Nice. Here I have an error. Let me refresh the page. Do I still have it? Okay, we don't have the error, so no worries. And here we still have to write some styles here for the submit button. After the color, I want to write a cursor of pointer, then transition of 150 milliseconds, and then later spacing of 0.5 pixel. Then the submit button, and here hover, and then border color is going to be here. Right now I'm going to write it like that. So border color is primary color, background color is again that. So here var primary color, and color here the text color is EF, which is white but a little bit grayish white. It's almost white, but it's not exactly 100% white. Let's say 95% white, a very subtle white, gray, something in between. So you see here, so right now it's the green, but this color here, you see how it's the green, and here it's grayish, whitish, something like that. Okay, after that we have the login now, which is going to be background color of transparent. Outline is going to be none. Border is going to be none. Then font size of 18 pixel, margin top of 1.75, and here you see the shortcuts, how I write it, and here the image abbreviation pops up, and here you can click enter, and then cursor, pointer, text align is going to be center, and transition is 150 milliseconds. Login now, and then hover. We're going to have just color of 555. And here, this is how the login page looks like. Nice. So let me go here to the register, the CSS for the register, and let me type the CSS, and then we're going to test them. So here, let me open them, again, split the screen, and let's start typing here the CSS. So the dot container is again margin top of 5 IRM, height is calc 100 VH minus 60 pixel. They are almost similar, but they have some different things. That's why I don't want to copy paste them. And then width of 100%. Then, oops. If you want, you can copy paste them and see the differences basically here with those class name and something. And here, width of 85%, margin of 0, auto, display of flex direction is going to be column, align terms of center. Then wrapper and the title, so font size of 32 pixel, color of 222, and letter spacing is 1 pixel. Then dot wrapper and the form inside here is going to be margin top of 2 IRM, then width of 20%, panic of 1.5 IRM, border is 1 pixel solid 666, border radius is going to be 8 pixel, display of flex direction is going to be common, specify content of center, align terms of center, and gap of 2 IRM. Then I want to target here the dot wrapper and here the form and the input, which is going to be outline of none, then border of none, border bottom of 1 pixel solid 666, and here panic of 0.5 IRM. Then dot submit button is going to be outline of none, then panic of 0.5 on top and bottom, and 1 IRM on left and right, border 1 pixel solid transparent, font size of 17 pixel, font weight of both, background color of EF, color is going to be here var primary color, cursor of pointer, transition of 150 milliseconds, and letter spacing of 0.5 pixel. Then dot submit button, and here the color is going to be border color of var primary color, then the background color is again that primary color, so here primary color, and then the color is EF. Okay, and then we have just the register now, so here register now is going to be background color of transparent, then outline is going to be none, then border is going to be none, font size of 18 pixel, margin top of 1.75 IRM, cursor is going to be pointer, text align is center, and transition is 150 milliseconds. Then register now, cover, color is 555. So we're done with the CSS, and right now let me test the functionalities of both the login and the register page. Okay, right now we are in the login page. Let me click here to go to the register. We are importing a component that needs use state. Oops, I forgot here to write the use client. Let me fix it. So here use client, and we no longer have that error. Okay, nice. And here the username will be something like user123, email user123@gmail.com, and password 123123. And here, just let me close here the CSS, let me open the sidebar so it's more comfortable. And here we don't even need to console log it, we can just click on register, and if it's a success we're going to see. So right now let me open the inspect. Is there any error? Toast, it's not defined. What? I have forgot to import it. That is the error. Okay, just a small one, no problem. Let me click right now on register. So here we have some error, let me debug it. Actually guys, we don't have any error. It was because the first time the toast wasn't defined. It still made the request, but it just didn't show here that it was a success. So right now if you check the database, we're going to have users. I just wanted to prove to you here. I tested it right now with this, and here you see that is when the toast wasn't defined, and this was when I just wasn't filming the video to test what is the problem. So right now just let me add here 5, and here 1 2 3 1 2 3, and here click on register, and you see here successfully registered the user, and we are redirected to the login. Nice. And here 1 2 3 4 5 @gmail.com, and here 1 2 3 1 2 3. Click right now on login, and here what is this thing here? Wait, do we have any error? Let me check here. We don't have any error. Let me just console log the thing here. Let me try to debug it. So here response, and here current user is not defined. First let me fix that with the Toastify here. That's why it popped up that big thing here. So let me go here and here import react Toastify. I can just copy it from the register because it's something long, paste it like this. So here react Toastify this, and react Toastify.css, you see it. And here I want to try to log in here. Let's say 123@gmail.com, 123 and let me see error occurred while logging in. So I'm going to debug and see what's the problem. I found the error. So here inside API out, Next-Auth, and here the route.js, here where is the login logic, here we need to change here. So here we made others, but here I use current user. I don't want current user. Paste it in here, paste it as well on those two places, and right now it will work without any problem. So here let me refresh the page, and here again user 123@gmail.com 123 and here let me remove that from the console log, and right now login, and right now you see error no, status 200, okay, true, and here we are inside the home page, which is the thing that should happen if it's a success. So it's a success as we see. Okay, let me start here right now with the hero page. So here to the hero component, I mean, we don't have a hero page, but a component. So let me open it, and right now let me start typing it here. Just a second. So here we are into the hero.jsx. Let me start typing the JSX. So here class name is going to be classes.container. Then it's going to be classes.wrapper. And here we're going to have h2 with the class name of title. Find your books here. Come on, books here. Below we're going to have a paragraph which is classes.description, just some warm ipsum. And here I'm going to delete some part of it because it's too long. Let's say like that. Then below the paragraph tag, I'm going to have here a div, which is going to be classes.input container. And here input is going to be email, and then placeholder is going to be johndoe@gmail.com. Below that, I'm going to have a button which has the send text, and this is a very short. But before going to the CSS, I need one thing here. I need to go to my GitHub and here get the images. So here from assets, I need to get those images here. So let me copy it here and let me go to one website which is here. Download directory GitHub, and I'm going to download it right now. See here, and here let me save it. I don't see, here the assets, whoops. Okay, my bad. Let me go here to the CSS and let me start typing it. So here components, hero, and let me split the screen, of course. So let me start. So dot container, and before actually starting, I want to show you how it looks. So you see how it looks. It's not great. So let me start it. It's going to look amazing. And here height. Let me start. So here height 100 vh minus 75 pixel. Then width is 100%. Then background is going to be RGBA of 0, 0, 0, 0.4. You're going to see what I'm going to do. Then background image of URL // assets slash apps app slash assets, oops, and here bookshelf.jpg I mean, oops. Then background is background blend mode, and here darken, and here background position is center, and here background size is going to be cover. Okay, here a wrapper is going to position relative, then height of 100%, width of 100%, and left is going to be here position of absolute, and here top 13.5 IRM and left 10 IRM. Then dot title, and here why left, I don't have any left here, I should copy paste it for here. Okay, you see how it looks nice. And here the dot title is going to be margin bottom of 2 IRM, font size of 50 pixel, and color is going to be white. Then we're going to continue here with the description. So the description is going to be font size of 22 pixel and color is going to be EF. Then input container is going to have the following style. So margin top of 2 IRM, padding of 0 on top and bottom, 0 top and bottom, and 0.5 on left and right. Padding right is here 0, so we have it only on the left side. Border 1 pixel solid white. Then border radius of 12 pixel. Background color white. Width of 350 pixel. Then height of 50 pixel, overflow of hidden, display of flex, and align items of center. Then dot input container is going to be input, and here is targeting the input, and here border none, then outline none, then padding left of 0.5 IRM, width of 80%, height of 100% and transition of 150 milliseconds. Then I'm going to have here the input container, which is going to be the input, and we target here when it's focused. So here padding left of 0.75 IRM, then dot input container button, and then border none, outline none, of 20%, height of 100%, background color of var, primary color, color white, cursor of pointer, and font size of 18 pixel. Then dot input container and here button, hover, here is going to be background color of var, primary color darker. So right now let me see how it's looking. It is looking amazing, guys. Okay, so right now in here, why it's not that dark as I want it to be here? Let me check here. Well, I think no, it's supposed to look exactly like this. Okay, so right now let me go here down and let me write here the book catalog. Actually here remove those three styles and leave it like that, and oops, it's going to look like this as I wanted it to look. Okay, so let's go here and let's start with the book catalog. So here where it is the book catalog, oops, here let me just close it like that. And right now we are going to start here with the book catalog. It's going to be quite complex. So first here I'm going to start with the CSS, and here class name is going to be classes.container, then classes.wrapper, and then classes.titles. Here we're going to have the h5 of catalog of books, then h2 is going to be find your desired books, and here we're going to have a condition which is loading, and if it's loading here I'm going to write here a div with the class name of oops with the classes of loader, and it's going to be a self-closing div because we're not going to type anything there. So it's going to be like this, and then it's going to be classes.books, and here is loading ampersands, two ampersands, and here we're going to display the items. So here display the items. Right now it's just a comment because we haven't fetched them, and then we're going to have below the div here again, if it's not loading, this means if it's true, we're going to have here a pagination component and icon imported from now, but right now we have nothing inside. We're going to write the pagination when we have the data here. So let me declare here the states and let me start. So here title, set title is going to be equal to use state, and here it's just hard coded, so the Lord of the Rings. Then const set books is equal to use state, an empty array, then const is loading, set is loading, and here use state is initially going to be of course false, then const base underscore URL is going to be equal to this thing here, so https // open library.org /search.json ? Title is equal to the title. And here for the pagination I'm going to just give a comment so you don't get confused. Const item offset, and here set item offset is equal to use state is going to be 0 like that. Const item per page is going to be equal to 3. Then here use effect is going to be like that. So let me start typing. The function is going to be quite long. So here const get data is equal to set timeout, because here if we start to fetch the data but we go on another page, I want to remove the function so we don't have, let's say, 3 functions that do the same operations. That's why I'm going to do it like that. So here of course a try catch, and here console log error, and then set is loading true. Then const response is equal to await fetch base underscore URL, then const docs, so here we get like that, so const docs await response .json. Let books is equal to docs.size, we get the first 50 books, I don't want to get more, they are a little bit more, and then we format here the data. So here books is equal to books.map, here book, and here we formatted the following way. So first I want to get the ID, and here the ID is looking like that. So here something, oops, something, and here the ID itself. So that's why I want to get the ID. You can console log it to see how it looks. So here book.key.split, and here we split it by the slash, and we get the third element, which is the second index. And here return ID with the ID, then title is going to be book.title, then cover underscore ID is going to be book.cover underscore I, then author underscore name, b.author underscore name, and here public underscore rating, and here book dot ratings average, and here published underscore year, and here book dot first published year, and here it's not b but book, like that. And here we have written it, and here we have formatted. But right now I want to remove the books that don't have a cover, because some books, they have the data like description, title, and all of that stuff, but they don't have an image, and I don't want to display books without an image. It's going to look very weird. So I'm going to do here a for loop. So const formatted books is going to be equal to an empty array, and here for let I is equal to 0, then I and books dot length, and here I plus plus, and here we do it like that. So here books I under question mark dot cover underscore ID, and here if it have the cover ID, this means that it has an image. So here we can just push it like this. So here we push the books that have a cover. And after that I want to set the books to the formatted books, and here oops, but below this I want to set is loading to false, and I want to have a cleanup function. As I told you, I don't want to have several requests when the user is doing, let's say, going to the home page and doing something else. I want to have the best performance, like that. And here it's going to be changed by title, although I'm not going to make a functionality for changing the title right now. Okay, and here let me just scroll down to see what I have. Okay, so here I want to display the items. So we're going to do it the following way. So here current items dot map question mark dot map, and here we get the book, and here book cart, and here book cart key book dot id, and here book, and here book. And right now I want to get the current items. So we don't need to get the current items, it's just a function here. So first I want to write the end offset, which is the item offset plus the items per page. This is going to be used for the pagination. This is basically, let's say if we have 15 items, we want to have 3 items per page. So this means 5 pages. And this is how is going to be used for the end offset. So from 0 to 3, which is going to give us first, 0, and third. I mean, you're going to see what do I mean. I mean the 0, first, and second index. We're going to see how it works. And then just let me write here current items is equal to books.slice item offset and offset. And here the current items, we have done it, and we're going to just write the book cart right now. So here let's start. Here book, and here I want to make it of course with the CSS modules, and let me start typing here the book cart. So we have get the props, and right now I want to write here one constant, which is const cover image is going to be equal to https covers dot open library dot org b slash id slash book dot cover underscore id l dot jpg, and then here I want to get the link href, and here slash details, and here book.id, and here it's a link of course, classes.wrapper, and here image source. So here source is the cover image, then out is going to be book cover, and here height is going to be 275 pixel, and height is going, and width is going to be actually 175 pixel, like, oops, not pixel, but just like that. And here you are importing a component that needs use state. So here I forgot to write the use state directive. So let me type it use client directive, not use state directive. And right now let me refresh the page and see if I have any error. So right now the catalog of books, and here failed to construct image, please use the new operator. This DOM object cannot be, wait, so here, what is the problem? Here I forgot to import it. So here from next image, right now I should have no problems. Okay, invalid source. Okay, here we need to add it into the next config.js. So here I'm going to go just to my GitHub. You just need to copy paste it. So here web dev mania, repositories, book Ecommerce, and here I'm going to go to the next.config.js, and here I'm just going to copy paste it and tell you what it does. So this means that it can have that beginning. So here the covers.openlibrary.org, that's what it is giving us a problem. And right now I'm just going to start my server again, npm run dev, and right now we're going to see if it's working. So here right now let me refresh the page and see if it's working. So the page, come on, it is ready. So here compiling page, okay, it's ready. And right now let me see if I have any error. Okay, you see here the image just pops up. So this is good, this is very good. This means that it is working. So right now I want to go to my book catalog and write the CSS here. Just let me remove it here and let me start typing the CSS. So dot container, and here is going to be padding 5 rem and 0 on left and right, height 100%, width of 100%, and background color of var primary color dot wrapper, and here height of 100%, width of 100%, display of flex, flex direction of column, justify content of center, align items of center, and then dot titles, display of flex, flex direction of column, justify content of center, align items of center, gap of 1.25 ARM, and margin bottom of 2.5 ARM. Then dot titles, and here h5 we're going to have the following. So font size of 22 pixel and color of EF. Then dot titles, and here h2 we have a font size of 32 pixel, font size of 32 pixel and color of EF. Then dot books, and here display grid, and actually let me just scroll down so you see what I'm doing. Display grid template columns, repeat 3 columns, and here 1 FR, so they are going to be equal. Grid gap 5 IRM, justify content of center, align items of center. Then dot loader is going to be border 10 pixel, solid F3. Border top is again 10 pixels, solid 3498 dB, border radius of 50%, width of 80 pixel, height of 8 pixel, and animation is spin 1 second, linear, infinite, like that. And here we have some keyframes. Just let me scroll down to see them. So here keyframes spin, and here 0%, transform, and here rotate 0 degrees, and then 100% is going to be transform, rotate 200 and 360 degrees. Okay, we're done here with the CSS. So I have an error, just let me refresh the page. I don't think I'm going to have any error. So you see first it is loading, and then here the pages are displayed. But you see here we have not written the pagination. So let me go here to the pagination. Where is it? Here, pagination, open the CSS. And right now, let me start typing here the pagination. So the pagination is going to get several values. So here, set item offset, items per page, and here books. So right now I just want to close that actually, and here I want to write one function which is const handle page click, and here is going to be event, and then console.log event.selected, and here event.selected, just a console log, and here const new offset is going to be equal to event.selected items per page, and here books question mark dot length, and here set item offset, and here to the new offset. Okay, and here I'm going to have react paginate, and it's going to be a self-closing, so like this, and here, oops, and here let me type here the props for the react paginate. Here is going to be next class name is going to be equal to classes dot item, and here classes dot next arrow. Then the previous class name is going to be equal to, so here curly braces, and here classes dot item, and here classes dot previous arrow. This is what's going to be navigating us from the to the previous and the next book. And here I can go actually to my GitHub and copy it, because there are a lot of properties and they are kind of self-explanatory, but I'm going to still try to explain them. So here pagination, and here let me copy and paste it. So here this is for the next and the previous arrow. This is for what the exact item. So here we have, let's say, 5 pages. It's going to have, you know, 1, 2, and here the pages. That's how it's going to be styled. The active is the current page. The break is, you know, when we have, let's say, 100 pages, it's going to show 1, 2, and here the dot dot dot, and then it's going to show us 99 and 100. This is the break label, and this is the class name that we're going to give to this thing here. The container is just the overall page which is unwrapping all the elements, and here what is going to be the label. So here we declare the class name, and here we declare how it's going to look. The same with the previous. You see, on page change, it is going to be the function that's going to run when the pages is changed and when the new item is clicked. I mean, the page range display, this is going to be the pages that are going to be shown here, 1, 2, 3 and stuff. Then the page count, this means how much pages are going to be there, and render on 0 pages count, no, this means that it's not going to render. Okay, and let me start here with the CSS of the pagination. So here pagination.module.css. So okay, so let's make it like this, and here pagination is going to be margin top of 5 rem, align items of center, background color is going to be white, and here of course we need the display of flex, justify content of center. After that, height of 75 pixel, then we have position of relative, width of 50%, and user select is going to be none. Then dot item is going to be height of 45 pixel, width of 45 pixel, color is going to be green, then display of flex, justify content of center, align items of center, and cursor of pointer. Then below that item here, I'm going to have the dot active, which is for the active item. Is going to have a border of solid 1 pixel, and here where is going to have var primary color. Then the border radius is 50%, scale is going to be 1.05, so 5% bigger, and font size is going to be 20 pixel. Then the next arrow is going to be here. Border left is going to be 1 pixel solid green, or just our primary color, like this. Then position is absolute, right is 0, and width is 150 pixel. Then the dot previous arrow is going to be the following. So border right solid 1 pixel solid, and here is going to be again the primary color. The next so here the previous, the next arrow, and here we have the dot, and here actually we are ready with the code. We don't need to write anything else. I'm not sure why I continued. AI outline arrow left is not defined. Okay, we can import it, no problem. And here let me import the right arrow as well. So they're both imported right now. And right now you see the spinner, and here are the books. And here why it's not displayed? Let me check here. Because we don't pass the data. Oh, I instantly remembered. Okay, so here we go to the book catalog, and here let me see what data do we get here. Okay, so here I can just copy it, and here set item offset, then items per page, and here the books themselves. So here books. Right now let me refresh the page and see if it's the pagination is working. Okay, you see how the pagination looks like, but here, why this is not styled? Here I forgot to style the one of the classes. Let me see here. So pagination, we have the next arrow and the previous arrow here. Let me see what class names I have given. So previous, here I forgot to do that. Here it's left. So right now you see, okay, and here it does have a border right. So just let me copy it. It's not border radius, it's border right. I don't know how I missed it. So here change it to this. And right now it is looking amazing. Let's see if the pagination works. Okay, it does. You see, it's just a little bit slow. It's loading a little bit slowly, but it works. Great. So the next part will be when I click on the book here, you see I'm navigating to the details, but we don't have the details page set up yet. So we're going to do that next. Okay, so let me create here the page.jsx, here RFC, and then details.module.css. And here import classes from /details.module.css. Okay, and here of course I want to rename it to details, and let me start typing here the JSX. So here I'm going to have class name is going to be classes.container, as you know, then classes.wrapper, and then here classes.book details. So for the book details here I'm going to have classes.left, and inside I'm going to have an image. Oops, here image, which is going to be here source book question mark dot cover underscore image, not images but image. Then the width is going to be 750. Come on, 750, and height is going to be 350. And lastly, we're going to have the alt stack, so book cover. Then below the left side, I'm going to have the right side, which is going to comprise of the data. So here the title and description and all that stuff. So here h1 classes.title, and inside here I'm going to have book question mark dot title. Then paragraph is going to be classes.desk, and here we're going to have book question mark dot desk question mark dot slice from 0 to 750. Then I'm going to have here classes.section, and inside the section here I'm going to have a span with the classes.price, and here price, and here we are going to have the actual price. Then span with the classes.book underscore pages, and here we have the pages, and here book question mark dot pages, and here we don't have the price coming from the data. We're going to construct it ourselves because it doesn't come from the API that we're fetching the books, and I'm going to create it. You are going to see later how I'm going to create it. It's going to be by the pages, so by the amount of pages they're going to be a certain price. It's going to be $5 per 100 pages. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so here below I'm going to have classes.section, and here I'm going to have a button with the classes.cart, and here inside I'm going to have add to cart, and here bs view cart view, and here I'm going to import bs view cart from react icons /bs. Then below that I'm going to have button, classes dot review button is going to be to show the review model, and here review book. Okay, and then we're going to fetch not, so here I'm just going to make a comment. So here to show the model when we click on review btn, and here displaying the reviews themselves. Okay, we're going to do that a little bit later. So right now let me go up and let me define the states and some data. So here ID, I want to get the ID from ctx.params.id, and here we can get the ctx. It is passed automatically from Next.js 13. It's not coming from anywhere else. It's not some prop coming from other component or page. It is just coming automatically from Next.js, I repeat. And here const URL is going to be equal to https :// openlibrary.org works /id.json. Then const dispatch is equal to use dispatch. We're going to do that with the Redux. Right now I'm going to comment it, and a little bit later I'm going to uncomment it. Then const book set book is equal to use state an empty object. Then const reviews set reviews is going to be equal to use state empty array. Then const show modal set show modal is going to be called initially to false. And here $5 per 100 pages. So here the price is going to be like that. So here book dot pages is going to be divided by 100 and multiplied by 5. And here I wanted to have only 2 numbers after the dot, so we don't have, let's say, 20 numbers or something. And here, what is the problem here? Here I forgot the equal. Oops, my bad. And here let me fetch the data for the book. So here use effect, and here let me start typing the function. So here it's going to be called const fetch details, of course an async function, and let's go. So here try catch console log error, then const response is equal to await fetch URL, const data is equal to await response.json, and here if book has no pages specified, make them 350 by default. So some books don't have the amount of pages provided from the API. So if there are no pages, just for simplicity, I'm going to make them 350 if we don't have them from the API. So here we're going to do it like that. So here data (excerpts pages is going to be equal to data (excerpts from the 0, and here dot pages like this. Else we're going to set it to 350 as I want it to be. Then const details the object. So here the title is data.title, the description is desk.description.value, the id is going to be data.key.split, we split by the slash, and here we get the second index, and here cover underscore image. We're going to do it the following way. So https //covers.openlibrary.org /b/id, and here data .covers 0, and then ao.jpg, and then pages, and here set book, and here the details. Okay, and then I'm going to type some functions. So for the showing the model and all that stuff. So here const handle show model is going to be set show model is going to be equal to true, and here const handle height model is going to be set show model to false, and then below const handle add to cart. Right now it's just going to be function, just is not going to anything. I just want to add it here to the button, and then we're going to write it. So here handle add to cart, and below I want to write the for showing the model, that logic here. So let me remove that comment, and here if show show model, if that is equal to true, ampersand review model. So here we import it, and here I'm going to type the key review._id review. Okay, and later we're going to display it. First I want to do that logic here, and here for the review I'm going to, from where I was getting that, here it's the it's reviews here. Okay, right now I'm going to leave it like that. Later I'm going to see what's happening. Okay, so let me see how it's looking actually. Right now when I refresh, it should, the pages could not be found. How it's not found? Here it's /details. Wait, here when I click on this, the page could not be found. So here, just let me start for the review model. I'm passing wrong props here. It should be handle height model, and here we pass the function. So here handle height model, like that. And then we need to pass the book ID so we know which book we are reviewing. So here like question mark dot ID. Okay. And here let me open the, where is it, the review model. Okay, and I still wonder why we cannot see it, because here it's slash details. I'm going to refresh here and see what's the problem. The error is a very simple one here, because we have the slash details and then the ID here. I should have provided the ID folder, and then we're just going to move everything inside. So here in the CSS as well. And right now, when I refresh, okay, we have forgot to use the use client directive. No problem, we're going to use it right now. So here use client. And right now, it should fetch the data as we want it to do. So here it is refreshing, and here you see pages not defined. What is the problem here? Here I should provide the question mark. Let me refresh again. Okay, so instead of the excerpts, change it to like that, and here I forgot to declare the pages variable. So here late pages is equal to no. Oops, so right now let me refresh the page and see how it's working. So desk is not defined. The problem is because it's here data, so here change that to data. And right now when I refresh the page, let me see what else is the problem. Here the next image. Okay, so here we have some problem with the image. Let me see here. I think here, just let me see from the other screen. Here we should have a slash. That's what I have forgotten. Here after the ID we should have a slash. That's what I have added. And here when I refresh the page, let me see if we again have an error. So I think the image will pop up. The image doesn't pop up. Why? Here I have put it. It's book cover.image. Wait, okay, so the image is here. It is working. Everything is working nice. Okay, no problems. And here let me go to the CSS and finally start to styling it. So here let me split the screen again and let's start writing the CSS. So dot container is going to be margin top of 7.5 IRM, width of 100%. It's not 7.5 but 2.5, my bad. Min height is 100%. Then padding bottom is 5 IRM. Then dot wrapper is going to be width of 90%, height of 100%, and margin of 0 auto. Then book details is going to be width of 100%, height of 100%, display of flex, and gap of 5 IRM. Then dot left is going to be here a flex of 1, width of 55%, and height of 850 pixel. Then the image inside the left class is going to have object of contain, width of 100% and height of 100%. Then we are going to target the right side, so here like that, right, and flex is going to be 1, then display of flex, and flex direction is going to be column. After that, dot title is going to be font size of 32 pixel, dot description is going to be margin of 3.75 IRM top and bottom and 0 on left and right. Color is going to be 222, then font size of 18 pixel, letter spacing is going to be 1 pixel, and line height is going to be 25 pixel. Then dot section is going to be margin top of 3.75 IRM, display of flex, justified content of space between, and aligned items of center. Then dot book underscore pages is going to be font size of 20 pixel. Then dot price is going to have again a font size of 20 pixel, so font size of 20 pixel, and dot cart is going to have here border none, outline none, oops, then width of 175 pixel, margin top of 7.5 IRM, then padding of 0.75 on top and bottom and 1.5 on left and right. Then background color is var, primary color, then display of flex, align items of center, gap of 0.5 IRM, white space of no wrap, then color is going to be white, then font size of 20 pixel, border radius of 8 pixel, transition of 150 milliseconds, and cursor of pointer. Then cart and hover is going to be background color of var, primary color darker. After that, I want to target here the review button. So here dot review button is going to have a border of none, outline is going to be none, then margin top of 7.5 IRM, padding is going to be 0.75 on top and bottom and 1.5 on left and right. Background color is var primary color, then color is going to be white, width is going to be 175 pixel, font size is 20 pixel, border radius is 8 pixel. What? Why is that? Border radius is 8 pixel. Then transition is 150 milliseconds and cursor is going to be set to pointer. Then I want to target the review button but when it's hovered. So background color is going to be changed to var primary color but darker. And then here reviews is going to be width of 8%, margin of 0 auto, margin top of 3.75 IRM, display of flex, flex wrap of wrap, align terms of center, and gap of 5 ARM. So we don't still have the reviews, but right now I just want to write the styling so we have it. And here this is how it's going to look like. And here I can apply a little bit more width, I think like that. Wait, that's the height. So here I mix them. Wait, I want to change them. So from, let me see how it's looking. Is required missing width property. It has the width property. It still looks the same. Okay, here. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that. It's not that big of a deal. And here we have the description and what the pages. Wait. So here the pages. Let me see. So here, because we have the description, wait. I'm going to change that because here we should not see this. Just a second. As I told you here, it was my bad, so here it excerpts, and here, oops, again excerpts the 08 index and dot question mark dot pages. So right now you're going to see how it's looking. Let me refresh the page. And here, okay, it is looking as I want it to look, and here you see it has been calculated as I want it to be. Okay, and here's the description, here you know the title, and here we can add it to cart or review the book. So right now, let me make the functionality to add to cart and to review the book. First, I want to make the review book, to review the book. So let me go here to the review model. Where is it? So here, review model. Let me close it. And here, let me start typing it. So here. So here on my other screen, okay. So here we get the handle height model, then the book ID. And here, do you remember where we pass it? Just let me go again to the details so I can show you. And here it is the review model, okay. Then here I want to have class name is going to be classes.container and then classes.wrapper. And then below that I want to write here the JSX, the remaining of the JSX. So here h2 is going to have classes.title and here write a review. Below the h2 I want to have a form here. And here I want it to be here on submit, and here I want it to have handle submit. Then here I want to have input, which is going to be type of a number, step, which means, so a number cannot be, let's say, 5.55. You could not do that. You can only do 5.6, 5.5, 5.8, only with one number after the dot. Minimum is going to be 1, so you cannot go below 1. You cannot go maximum of 10, so above 10. And here we're going to have here an on change, but right now it's an empty here, and here placeholder, let's say 8.5, something like that for the placeholder. Then we have input of text. On change is going to be here, oops, that. In here placeholder is going to be here, this book is a pleasure, and I'm just going to write some dots here, okay. And then the button should be submit. AI outline close, and here class name is going to be classes.close icon, then size is going to be 20, on click is going to be handle height model, That's where we're getting it. Okay, so right now let's write the fetching logic. So here comes data session use session, and we get the data from the user with that hook here. Below that, rating, set rating is going to be equal to use state of 1, and here comes desk, set desk is going to be use state of an empty string here. And here, make escape key close the review modal. I want it to be closed with the escape key, so you're going to see how it works. So here, escape function is going to be equal to use call back, and here event, and here's the function. So here, if event dot key is equal to escape, then it's going to handle hide, it's going to hide the model. Okay, and below that I'm going to have a use effect. So here, use effect that's going to attach it, and the use effect is going to work the following way. So document.add event listener, and here key down, key down, and here comma escape function false, and then we remove that function when we remove that event listener when we go out of the details page, or I mean the review model. And it's document.remove event listener, and you just copy those three values here like that, and here we have the escape function as a dependency. Okay, then below that we have const handle submit is going to be async event, and here event.prevent default, and here try catch is going to be console log error for the error, and then here we're going to write the fetching logic. So if a rating is false or if the description is false, then I'm going to have return. Then const headers is going to be equal to authorization, and here bearer session question mark dot user question mark dot access token. Content type is going to be equal to application slash JSON. Then const body is going to be equal to the rating, which is number rating, then desk book ID, and here user ID we can get it from the session. So here session dot question mark dot user question mark dot underscore ID, and then here const response is equal to await fetch http localhost 3000 slash API slash review. We're going to create the endpoint just now after we write the function. So here headers method is going to be post, and the body is going to be JSON.stringify body. If response.ok is going to be equal to window dot location dot reload, and here handle hide model, even though it's going to be hidden when we reload the page, just in case. Okay, we are ready with this, and I want to write the CSS to see how it looks. Then we're going to write the API for it, the endpoint, and then we're going to test it. So here, let me start just to see what I'm styling. So here container is going to be position of absolute, then I'm going to have top of 0, left of 0, then height of 110 VH, width of 100 VW, background color is going to be RGBA 000 0.45, then display of flex, items of center, justify content of center, and the index of here I'm just going to put some 9s here, just in case. Then wrapper is going to be position relative, padding is 1 IRM, background color is white, so FFF, or you can just write white is the same thing, height is 30 view height, then width is going to be 15 view width, and border radius is 20 pixel. Then the title is going to be text align of center, margin bottom of 2.5 IRM, and font size of 30 pixel, and here color of 333. Then below that I'm going to have here dot wrapper, and here the form is going to be display of flex direction is going to be column. Below the column I'm going to have justify content of center, align items of center, and gap of 2.5 IRM. Then dot wrapper, and the form, and inside it we're going to have an input width of 50%, padding of 0.25 IRM, border of none, outline of none, border bottom of 1 pixel, solid 333. then dot wrapper and the form, and we target the button is going to be border of none, outline is going to be none, margin top of 1.25 rem, padding of 0.5 rem on top and bottom and 1.25 on left and right. Background color is going to be var primary color. Color is going to be white. Font size of 18 pixel. Border radius of 12 pixel. Transition of 150 milliseconds so, and cursor is going to be pointer. Then dot wrapper and the form, and here button hover is going to be background color of var primary color darker when we hover. And lastly, I want to target the close icon. So here close icon is going to have position of absolute, then top of 0.5 rem, right of 0.5 rem, the index of 9, and here cursor is going to be pointer. So let me see how it's looking. When I click on review book, why it doesn't show? I think I forgot to add it here to the details page. So details page, let me see where it is. So review the book. Oh yes, I forgot it. So here handle, show model. Okay, right now it's going to be shown. So you see how the model looks like. And here, why do it's I need to provide overflow hidden. Wait, right now I have an error. Okay, let me see what's the matter here. I'm going to try just to paste here hidden, and if it doesn't work, probably 100%, I'm going to try just one last time. I don't want to waste my time with this. Okay, so right now it's working, and when I refresh the page, click review book, I don't have any error, so it is working. Okay, let me make here the endpoint for the review, and we are going to be good to go to test it. So here route.js, and right now let me try it. I'm not going to try, I'm just going to write it. Okay, so here import db from, I can just do it like that, and then import verify JWT token because we must be logged in to do that, and here import review from models review, and here export async function get, and here request, and here await db.connect, and here try catch is going to be console log error, then const URL is going to be here new URL request.url, then const book id is going to be equal to url.search params.get book id. So this is for getting a particular review, that's why I'm writing it. And here reviews is going to be equal to await, and this is going to be getting the reviews for the particular book. My bad. And here review, find, and here the book id dot limit 16. I don't want to get more than 16 reviews. Dot populate user id, and here I want to select, and here minus password so I don't get the password. And finally we return new response, and here we put the json.stringify reviews and then the status of 200. Then here export async function post. This is how we're going to create the review. This is going to be tested right now after we write it. So here we first connect to the database, then we get the access token, which is from request.headers.get authorization, then const token, you know it's better space and then the token itself, so this is how we get the actual token. So here we split it by the space and 1 because I'm going to write here as a comment, so here it's better, we have a space, and here we have the JWT token, that's why. Okay, below that I want to have the decoded token, so here const decoded token is equal to verify JWT token and then the token itself, so here access token, and here or decoded token return new response is going to be equal to json.stringify, and here error unauthorized wrong or expired token. And then we have the status, so status of 403, and then we have a try catch. So here console log error, if we have an error, oh, actually no, we do it that way. So here return new response of json dot stringify, no, and here status of 500. And actually, why no? We can just put the error. Okay, and here for the try block, const body is equal to await request.json, and here const new review is equal to await review.create, and here the body, and then return new response of JSON dot stringify, and here new review status of 201. We're ready with the functions here with the API. So right now let me go to the review model, and I want to console log here what we have as a response. So here await response.json to see if it's going to work. So here inspect, let me remove here this, and let's say 7.5, and here this book is, let's say, just write something, click on submit, and let's see if it's a success. Right now we have nothing. When I click on submit, why nothing is happening? Have I forgot to attach to the handle submit here? No, I have. Let me see right now in our database if we have the review. So loading, retrieving, and we don't have it, which is interesting to see. Here I forgot to track the state, so that was my problem. And here it is set review, set rating actually, to e.target.value. And here it is going to be set desk to e.target.value. Okay, and here when I click on submit, let me see what's the problem. I just want to refresh the page, so we don't have anything. Okay, right now, okay, review, let's say 7.5, and here let's say just something like that. Let me see, it's a desk here. Okay, and right now let me click on submit. I'm not sure if, I don't think we're going to have any errors. Okay, so it was reloaded the page, so it has been reloaded. Let me see here, it's a success. I'm going to show you from the database that it is working. So here we have the reviews, and actually here it is, so you know it is working. Nice. Okay, and here I want to display them below, here below the image and below the method and below the date of the book. So here let me go back to the details here, and let me do it here. So just a second, here below, and here we're going to do it the following way. So two divs below that. So I want to be here, and let me start typing it. So here classes.reviews, and here reviews question mark dot map review, and here review card, and here we are going to have a key which is going to be review dot underscore id, and then we pass the review itself here. Nice. And here later we're going to write the code for the review card, not later but soon, to be honest. I just want to write the functionality to fetch the review. So here below the first use effect, I'm going to write another use effect like this here, and here I want to provide the book as a dependency. So when the book changes, I want to fetch again. So here const fetch reviews is equal to async, and here try catch. So here console log error, and here const response is equal to await fetch http localhost 3000 slash API slash review question mark book ID, and we pass it like this as a query parameter. Then const data is equal to await response.json, and here set reviews is going to be to the data. Yes, and of course we call the function fetch reviews. Okay, and right now we don't see anything because we have not written the logic for the review card. Here is the review card, and let me start typing here what we have. So here we get the review. So I want to get it, come on. So I'm getting it like this, and here I want to have class name is going to be equal to classes.container, and here I have not imported the CSS. Okay, here import classes from question mark dot review card module, then classes dot wrapper, and here classes dot top, and here image is going to image, and here woman image from dot dot slash app slash assets slash woman.jpg, and here just the placeholder image, and here auth. Oops, just let me spray it on several lines. And here we have a div which has the h3, which is review $user ID $username. Fun is going to be equal to format, which we get from time ago, and here review $created at, and then below those two divs here I am going to have classes.bottom, and here paragraph is going to be classes.description, and here review $cart. Okay, so right now when I refresh the page, we should get here the reviews. Failed to construct image. Oh, here I forgot to import it. So like this. Okay, and here we just need to write the CSS because the image is super big at the moment. Okay, so here dot container is going to be width of 300 pixel, then height of 225 pixel, border of 1 pixel, solid 333, and then border radius of 20 pixel. Then dot wrapper is going to be padding of 1 rm, display of flex direction is going to be column. Then dot top is going to have display of flex, align types of center and gap of 0.5 rm. Then dot top, and here the image. So height of 50 pixel, width of 50 pixel, border radius of 50%, and then object fit of cover. Then dot top, and then the div, and then the h3 is going to be font size of 20 pixel, text transform is going to be capitalized, and here margin bottom of 0.25 rm. Then the dot bottom is going to be to width to 100%, and here dot desk is going to be margin top of 1 rm, and here max width is going to be 200 pixel, overflow hidden, text overflow of, and here white space not up. So let me see here, you see how it's looking. Just let me refresh the page. We're not going to have any errors. Okay, so here is the review as you see here, so we know it is working, which is great. Okay, so let me close here, and we are ready with the details page. We just need to actually make the Redux to attach the function to the Redux, and then we're going to go to the cart. So here inside the app, I want to create a Redux here, which is going to have here the cart slice.js and the store.js here. So inside the cart slice, let me start typing here the code. So before starting writing the logic here, I want to install npm my react redux persist, and then it was redux.js redux.js/toolkit. Those three will be needed for the Redux. One is just for the basic Redux, one is, let's say, a superset, I'm not sure what's the right word, and Redux persist is for persisting the data when we refresh the page. Okay, let me start here. So import create slice. If you haven't used Redux, just watch one tutorial. It's super simple. It's basically reducer functions, which are functions that change the state. And what is the state, you may ask? The state in the Redux are basically global variables. So you have the functions that change the global state and the global state itself. It's very easy. Okay, let me start. So here initial state is going to be, oops, here curly braces, and here books, and here is going to be an array. Then export const cart slice is equal to create slice, and here name is going to be cart, then initial state, and here reducers is going to add book is going to be state.action is going to be equal to const book is going to be state.books.find book .id is equal to action.payload.id, and then if book is true, this means that we already have that book, which is going to add by the quantity. We don't want to do anything else. So let's say we have the same book. Just stop. Let me stop writing. We have, let's say, already added the Word of Rings book, and we add it again. We're going to have just 2 copies of it instead of 2 separate copies that are basically the same. It doesn't make sense. We're going to see later what do I mean. Otherwise, we're going to push it if you don't have it. So the payload like that, and then remove book with the state, and the action here is going to be state.books is going to be equal to state.books.filter book, and here book.id is going to be action.payload.id, and then export const add book, remove book, and here cart slice.actions, and here export default cart slice reducer. And here inside the store here we can just go and copy paste it, because it's basically it's basically, how it was the right word, it's basically just copy paste code. You don't need to look at it, it's very straightforward. So I can just go here. It has a lot of boilerplate code, that was the word I was thinking about. So here let me go store, copy paste, and paste. So we basically write here the boilerplate code for the template, then we combine reducers, but we have only one reducer, then we write here the persist config and the reducer itself, and later we put it here inside the reducer. So that's basically it. So you can just copy paste, you don't need to know any of this code. So I can close it here, go to my details, and here we have here handle add to cart, and in order to make it work, of course, we need to write the function. So just a second to see one thing. Okay, so patch here, let me uncomment it, use dispatch, in here dispatch add book, and here we pass the book with a quantity of 1 and then the price itself. That's how we're going to do it. And I want to go to the navbar here, because I know one thing is missing. Here we should write it, here it should be dynamic. So here I'm going to get it from the state. So here books is going to be equal to use selector state dot books, right? State dot cart dot books actually, and here the dot length. So here I want to get the books, no, actually like this, books, and here we're going to write the books question mark dot length, exactly like this. So use selector is not defined. Okay, let me import it. Okay, from React Redux imported, and right now it should work. Could not find React Redux. I know why it couldn't find it, because here inside the layout.js we need to import it. So here just type with me. I want to have here the provider from React Redux, which is going to wrap everything here, and it's going to have the store. So here store, then persist gate, like this. So persist gate, persistor, and here persistor, and here it is working. Okay. Oops. Super expression must be either null or false. So where do we get the persistor? Do I import it? Okay, right now it's imported. Let me refresh the page. What this means? Super expression must be either null or a function. Is it because of use client? Let me see, use client. Okay, I'm going to see where the error comes from. So guys, you just need to add the use client, and here you see the metadata, remove it in order to work. So right now it is working. Okay, and here just let me refresh the page and it's going to work. Okay, you see everything is here. So right now when I add to cart, can I see here? I think yes I can. So here let me go to the, where is it, for the application. It's inside the local storage, I'm almost sure. Yes, local storage, and here persist root, and you see here that we have the books, and here we have the book actually. So when I just go scroll here to the description, you see it is here exactly. So if I clear it, so here delete, refresh, and we have 0 here. Right now when I add, what is the error here? Let me see. Add book is not defined. I have not imported it here. No problem. So here I have forgot to import it. So right now it has been imported and it's going to work. So right now you see it changes to 1. Nice. So we know it is working. Okay, then the next part is to make the cart page here. So here page.jsx rfce and cart.module.css, and here we're going to import the classes from dot slash, and here we make the common cart. And it's not going to be, it's going to be, let's say, medium complexity. Oh, it's going to be complex right now. I'm looking at it from the other monitor. Okay, so here let's start. Classes.container. We basically fetch the data and then we can check out, and it's going to redirect us to the Stripe page. That's what it's going to do. So here, if the books question mark dot length is more than 0, then we're going to display here, oops, to ampersand I want h2 with your cart. Below that I'm going to have classes.wrapper, and inside here I'm going to have classes.left, and here is going to be books question mark dot length. If it's more than 0, then we're going to wait, I just want to make it beautifully formatted. We're going to display the books. So here map, and here book, and here we have first a div encompassing it. It's like a container here, which is going to be with the key of book.id, and here class name is going to be equal to command classes dot book. And here first I'm going to have a div which has the close btn, and here AI outline close, and here on click is going to be handle remove book from the book.id here. So I want to import it. I actually wait. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like that. Just going to remove it. Later I'm going to make the function and we're going to make it work. So right now just do it like that. Then link here, I want to import the link from the Next.js, and here I'm going to have an href which is going to be /details, and here the book.id if you want to go to the book page again. And here I want to get the image book, the book. Come on, so here, and then book question mark dot cover underscore image, then going to be 175 pixel, is going to be 375 pixel, and here class name is going to be classes.image. Okay, then below that I'm going to have here classes.bookData is going to be h3 with the classes.title, and here book question mark dot title. Then below the h3 I'm going to have book and quantity, which is going to be here with the span first with the quantity, so classes.quantity, and here book.quantity hex, and then below that I'm going to have again a span which is going to be with the price, and here a span again with the dollar sign, and below that I'm going to have book question mark dot price like this here. And here you see the condition it's sending, and I want to have here an h1 if we don't have anything, which is going to be with the class name of no books, which is going to be a message if we don't have anything here. So no books in the cart dot go, come on, go shopping exclamation mark, nice. And then below that div I want to have a right side, which is going to be very simple. So here div with the class name of total book message, and here I'm going to write total books, and here books question mark dot length. Then below that I'm going to have a classes dot subtotal checkout btns, and here I want to type span classes dot subtotal, and here subtotal question mark total price, and here 100, and then total price plus 5. So if it's more than 100, this means that we're going to have no delivery price, but if not, we're going to have just $5. If it's less than 100, we're going to have $5 of delivery. Okay, and then below I'm going to have a span here, which is just order, and here I want to have class name, which is going to be classes.subtotal, and then I want to have, wait, what? Okay, so it's not classes subtotal here, it is order now btn. My bad, I was looking at the other span element, and here on click I want it to be handle checkout, and here disabled is going to be disabled if books question mark dot length is 0. Okay, Here we have written the JSX. Let me start typing the functions and all of that stuff. So here I first want to get the books from our Redux state. So here books is going to be use selector state and here dot cart. Then I want to have const dispatch is going to be equal to use dispatch and below const stripe promise right now is going to be no, and I'm going to add the env just in a second. Right now is going to be no, just to have it here. And here let total price is equal to 0, and here books dot map book, and here total price is going to be plus equal book dot quantity asterisk. This means multiplying by the price. So this is how we're going to get the total price. And here const handle remove book is going to be like this. So oops, dispatch remove book and here id. Okay, and where is it? So here, oh yes, so here on click and we paste it here. I need it here, and then const handle checkout is going to be equal to async, and here we are going to I first want to type it here inside the backend. So here I want to make a checkout route, and then I'm going to continue with the function. I want first to write the backend, then to get the Stripe values, and then we're going to write the function itself. I think this is the correct way, so you are going to understand everything. Okay, so here checkout route.js, and here import Stripe from Stripe, and here const Stripe is equal to new Stripe process.env Stripe underscore public key. Then export async function post request, and here try catch console log error, and here const body is equal to await request.json. Then const session is going to be equal to await stripe dot checkout dot sessions, and here dot create, and here we're going to create a session. So it must be in that exact format. This is from the Stripe documentation. So here line underscore items mode is going to be equal to payment, then payment method types, and we are going to have here just cart. Here success URL is going to be http localhost 3000/success, and cancel, come on, I want comma here, and here cancel underscore URL is going to be http localhost 3000 slash, not just the homepage. Okay, and then I want to console log the session just to see how it looks like, and then return new response here json.stringify session, and here status of 200 like that. Nice. And here for the handle checkout I want to write the function here, or actually let me first get the Stripe values as I told you earlier. So here they are going to be in the .env here. So we can go to Stripe dev developer tools. Here create an account if you haven't created, or sign in if you have already made an account. So here I'm going to sign in. So you need to be on this URL. If you're on the dev or the docs, just type this URL here, just like that, stripe.com. If you are already logged in, I told you, if you are already logged in, then click on dashboard. So here it's loading, and here we click on billing. Actually, it's not billing. This is, I think it's developers, yes. And here API keys, and you see here we have a publishable key and the secret key. So here I'm going to go to the env, and it's going to be stripe underscore public underscore key, and here we paste it, and then here it's stripe private, come on, private key. And here I'm not going to show it, but yeah. Okay, so we are ready here with the Stripe, and here with the backend. I just want to go here to the cart, and right now type the handle checkout function so we know it is working. So here const line items, it must be named like that. So here books.map, and here book, and then return price underscore data, and here I want to have, actually here it's an object with the currency is going to be USD, then product underscore data, and here name is going to be book.title. Then I'm going to have here unit underscore amount, and here book.price 100, and then quantity is going to be book.quantity. Okay, and here const response is equal to await fetch http localhost 3000 slash API slash checkout. And here headers is going to be equal to content type application slash JSON. Then the method is going to be here post, and here body is going to be JSON.stringify line items. And then const data is going to be equal to await response.json, and here const stripe is equal to await stripe promise, and this is something that we're going to write right now. Here stripe.redirect to checkout, and here session id is going to be data.id. So here for the stripe promise, I want to go above here and write it to load stripe, and here process.env.next public stripe publishable key. I think I've written it as a public key. Just change it to whatever you have written. Okay, I'm going to show my secret key. It's not, I'm going to change it later. So here it must be the public key actually. And here it should have next underscore, I think. Yes, so here next underscore public underscore. Yes, like that. And here for our API, so checkout, and here we have the Stripe private key. Okay, right now let me go here to my cart and let me see how it's looking. So could not find React Redux context value. Please ensure the component is wrapped in a provider. Wait, I forgot to import it or what? Let me see what's the problem here. So use selector, I have imported it actually. Okay, I'm going to debug it right now. The problem was a very simple one. I should have added here the use client directive. So right now you see here we have total books and here the price. Okay, so right now let me actually format it and make it look nice. So here into the card.module.css, let me start typing here the CSS. So oops, let me remove here the env, and let us see what we're actually styling. So here dot container is going to be here, oops, curly braces. Height is going to be calc 100 vh minus 6 pixel. Then dot width 100%. Margin is going to be 5 top and bottom and 0 on left and right. Then dot wrapper, and here we go to the h2, which is going to be text align center. Then margin of 0, font size of 44 pixel, margin bottom of 3.75 IRM, and color is going to be 333. Then dot wrapper, and here margin 0 auto, height is 100%, width is 85%, display of flex and gap of 1 IRM. Then dot left flex is going to be equal to 3, display of flex direction of column, and here gap of 1.5 IRM. Then let's continue here. So we have dot book, display of flex, gap of 1 IRM, margin bottom of 20 pixel, and here position is going to be relative. Then rows btn, and here position absolute. Here left is going to be to 35 IRM, then top is going to be 0.25 IRM, font size of 18 pixel, cursor is going to be pointer, then border is 1 pixel, solid 333, border radius is going to be 50%, display of flex, align items of center, justify content of center, and panic of 0.25 ARM. Then dot title is going to be 24 pixel, text transform is going to be capitalized, and here book data is going to be panic of 0.5 on top and bottom and 0 on left and right. Again, display of flex direction of column, and justify content of space between. After the book data, we're going to target here the image. So here dot image is going to receive here width of 175 pixel, height of 275 pixel, and here object fit of cover. Then price, and here the span is going to be color of var primary color, then font size of 15 pixel, and then dot quantity is going to be here font size of 18 pixel. Then dot right is going to be flex of one item, flex of one, padding of one item, height of 200 pixel, width of 500 pixel, display of flex, align items of center, justify content of center, flex direction is going to be column, background color is going to be RGB of 237 pixel, 37 not pixel, but just 237, then 232, 232, border radius of 20 pixel. Then total book message is going to be equal to margin bottom of one item, then font size of 22 pixel and font weight of 500. Then subtotal checkout BTNs is going to be to display of flex margin top of 2.5 item. Then dot subtotal is going to be font size of 20 pixel, margin top of 0.5 item and margin right of 2.5 item. Then I want to target here the order now BTN, but just let me see how it's looking. I want to refresh the page. Here we are going to make that, and here why the book, wait, where is the book here? So dot book, and here I'm just going to debug just after I write the CSS, why are they not displaying? And here order now BTN is padding of 0.5 on top and bottom and 1 of left and right. Color is white here, we can just write it like that. Background color is going to be var primary color, then border radius is 12 pixel, margin bottom of 0.5, border is 1 pixel, solid transparent, and cursor is going to be pointer. Then dot order now hover is going to be border color of var primary color, color is var primary color, and then background color is going to be white. Order now disabled. If it's disabled, background color is 999 and color is white. And here no books is going to be text align center, margin top of 1.5 item, font weight of both, font size of 40 pixel and color of 333. Okay, so it's ready, and I wonder why this is not doing anything. Let me see here. So we targeted here here it's the content, wait, so here it's trapper, but I think it's inside here. Let me do it that way. Okay, but where are the books? Wait, so oops, let me go back to English alphabet. So here books, and let me see here. So we have one book, but why it's not popping up? So if the book length is more than 0, so here it's more than 0, here we map it, but I don't see anything. Here I have forgot the return statement, because usually I write with parentheses, but right now it's curly braces, so we must have the return here. Oops, my bad. And here let me see why it's not stout. I think because I need to move that up here. So here it's below the container, between the wrapper and the container, and here it's container h2. So right now, okay, it is nice. And here we just need to move it a little bit on the right side. So here where is the close icon? So close icon, come on here. So let's make it 45. Much 40. Just enough. And here top actually 0.5. Yeah. And when I refresh the page, let me see here, it's working. And right now, when I click on it, why it's not being removed? Let me see why. ID is not defined. Wait, so my bad. Here it should be book !id. Right now, when I click it, book is not defined. What? I need to get it from props here, from parameter, not from props. My bad. Where is it? Here, the close icon. It should not be like that. Of course, we should pass the book object like this. And here when I click right now, okay, you see it's working. Finally, it is working. Okay, great. And here, let me just click on some book here. This one, disk size is not a function. What? Let me see what's the problem. Page.jsx here. Okay, so it's console log book ? Dot disk. And let me see what is the problem. So here it is description. My bad. But actually here I formatted. Wait, so here where's the description dot slice, but here I formatted, so here it is. I don't know what's the problem, to be honest. Wait, so here I hadn't added the dot value, so right now add the dot value and it should work. Oops. So here right now refresh the page and you're going to see here the description. So here is that description dot value and still I don't see it. Wait, I want to go through here the book. And right now inspect the object and here we have the description. Because here I've made it as a description. No, it should be desk. So here change it to desk. I made some really silly mistakes today. And right now when I refresh the page, it should be there. Okay, you see it, it is there. Nice. And here let me click on add to cart. Let me go to the cart and here I can order and I'm going to be redirected here. So I just want, before testing that, to make the success page here. So here is going to be page.jsx and here success.module.css and here rfce success and here I'm going to have class name of container of, I forgot here to import it, so import classes from dot slash here classes dot container and here h2 is going to have class name dot classes dot title and here we're going to have the title, which is going to be successfully ordered. Successfully order is going to be the more correct. And here dot container is going to have margin top of 5 rem. Here dot container in the h2 is going to be font size of 32 pixel. And just let me type something. So something at gmail.com 123 or just 4242 and again. So let's say, I don't know, month is going to be 08 and here 25 123 name here. And right now when I click on pay, let me see here if it's going to be redirected to the success page. Yes, it's a success. And I want to see that I'm redirected here. Okay, so successfully made an order. Okay, we can of course text align center, and I'm going to write the footer just now, don't worry. Okay, right now I want to write the footer because I forgot. It's just for the UI purposes, it's not important, but of course we need to have everything here. So let me start here. Okay, let me go here to the footer component and let me start typing here. It's just only for the UI purposes, as I said here. So here footer is going to have class name of classes dot container. Then I'm going to have here classes dot wrapper and then classes dot column. And then h2 is going to be classes dot title, working days. Below that I'm going to have UL with the classes dot list here, and it's going to be here Monday, Friday. I can just actually copy paste from GitHub, guys, because it's just only for UI purposes. There is exactly zero functionality. You can see the code for yourself. I don't want to bore you with writing all of this. So paste it in here. Instead of section, I want to make it a footer. This is the only change that is from the GitHub. And for the CSS, let me go here to the CSS. And here, let me copy it, paste it, and you're going to see how the footer works. Nice. And I can even make it margin top of 12.5. Nice. I mean, no, it doesn't come from here. Let me change it to 7.5. And here for the success page, where is it? I want to make it height of 100% just to space it out. 100, I know, 80 VH. Okay, like that. Let me make it actually 75. And I'm going to stop changing here the values. Okay, here is the footer. Nice. And I forgot to write here one component which is for free delivery. I'm going to show you right now how it looks. So here, free delivery. It is super simple. So let me go here, free delivery, and let me start it. It's going to take us exactly, I don't know, 3 minutes, if not less. It's going to be very simple. Class name is going to be here, classes.container, and here I want to have only one span, nothing else. And here free delivery over $100, and here I'm going to split the screen. It's just two styles, so I'm going to show you. So here it's even one style, so here free delivery. I want to attach here that class name, so class name is going to be classes.free delivery, and here padding of 0.3 on top and bottom and 0 on left and right, text align center, which is 100%, background color is var primary color darker, color is EF, and here font size of 12 pixel. Okay, and I want to import it here in the layout above the navbar. Yes, above the navbar, and you're going to see how it's looking. Free delivery over 100. And here, wait, why it's not with that color? So background color is var primary color darker, and I don't see the color, which is interesting. It's not even centered. Ah, okay, here it is. It's probably because I need to write it here dot container 0. Come on. Wait, I'm going to see it in the GitHub because I don't want to lose time with something such that simple. And here, it's on the div here, it's not container, my bad. So here, yes, place here the free delivery class on the div, not on the span. That was my mistake. And here right now you see it is working, guys. So guys, let me click on login to see if the login works. Guys, as you see, the application is working. Guys, let's deploy the application. So here I'm already in the GitHub, and here I'm going to create a new repository. So here I'm going to name it book store e-commerce, and then I'm going to create the repository. So here I have already initialized, as you see here, the project. So I just need to write git add dot, then git commit, and here some message. So here commit, and then I'm going to copy those 3 lines: git branch, git remote at origin, and the URL, and here git push. So copy, paste, paste and click enter, and it will be pushed. So while it's doing its thing, I'm going to go to vercel.com. It's going to be ready by then. I'm already logged in here. But if you are not, it is very simple to log in. And when you are here on this URL, so vercel.com/dashboard, click here on add new button, and here from the drop down menu, the first item, which is project. Here it's loading, and here you see bookstore e-commerce. So import, and here we have environmental variables. So here I want to go to my env, and here copy and paste here. Nice. And I want to get 4 more environmental variables, and I'm going to add them later, but for now this is going to do the job. So right now here click deploy. So here it is. Right now let me click, and here it is loaded. Nice. Here I want to register. Let me click on inspect if I have any error. I think I probably will have, and we're going to fix it, don't worry. And here 1 2 3 1 2 3. So here it is blocked by client. So right now we need to change here that URL. So I want to go here to my, where is it? So continue to dashboard. Oh, okay. And I want to get this link here. There are 3 links, and I'm going to use that GitHub link. So you see here git main. They are basically the same. They are exactly the same. They are just different URLs for the same website. So here I'm going to do http//localhost, and here we're going to get everything. So here I want to change that inside the environmental variable. Actually, I don't need to change it exactly here. We're going to change it here from the settings. Let me go here. So here environmental variables, and here next.url, edit, and here paste it. Save. Then let me continue. Here I want to change it like that. Then I want to change it here as well. Here. Here. And here. Nice. And here I want to do git add dot, git commit URLs, git push origin main. And right now we don't need to do anything, it's going to by default build again when we just push it. So here let me go to the bookstore e-commerce, and right now you see building. Okay, so my building is ready. Let me right now try to register. So here again I'm just going to type some values, .com 123 123, and let me see if we have anything. Yes, we do have. So here I'm going to go to my GitHub again from my previous project. It's again the same project, but I deployed it already. Here, that book e-commerce website. And here we need to do a few things. So here inside the lib I have API calls. This is for the backend. So let me copy it. Let me go here. Just let me close everything here. Just make the terminal smaller. And here API course.js like that. And here, don't worry about this, we're going to set that in Vercel. Then I want to go here to the next.config.js. Here, copy paste it. I want copy paste it, nice. And here I want to change the URL, of course. Oops. So here is that URL, come on. I want to get the git URL. So here, that git main. And right now paste. Okay, so here we have it. And here inside our backend, let me go here. So here inside the register, you are going to see how we're going to do it. So just let me go here to show you how we have written the logic. So here we have the status and then headers. Just let me copy paste it and I'm going to explain to you. So import, nice. So this basically set the headers, the origin here to our URL that we're requesting. So we are going to have 0 errors right now. And we're going to do that thing here inside the review as well. Oops, not here, but only here and here. Like that. Great. And of course we need to import it. And here the checkout is the last one. So here, let me paste it. Nice. And we're almost done. We just need to copy some values here. I'm going to show you right now which are there. Here I am inside my readme. Here you see, so I just want to change some things. I just copy paste it here for simplicity. We're going to have those 4 values here. So let me go. Yes, here to the URL. Let me copy it, paste it here, and here again copy. And let me go to my Vercel settings, environmental variables, and here we're going to add them. So like that, save, and everything should be working. So right now, when I'm going to refresh the page here, register, and here just write some values at gmail.com 123 123, and here let me see if I have any error. We could have one more error at most. So right now, if it's a gateway timeout, we can fix it. Server requested with yes, this is gateway timeout. So we're going to fix that as well. So right now, let me go here to functions, and here let me change it. So I'm living in Bulgaria, and the closest city from here, as I see, is Frankfurt, Germany. So right now I'm going to save it, and I'm going to create new Mongo URL cluster. Yes, maybe we have created some reviews, but don't worry, we can create new reviews right now. So right now I'm going to create new MongoDB. So here I'm going to type my data, or I'm already logged in from 2 hours ago, so that automatically did it. And you don't know how many hours of debugging everything took me, and this is the final part. So here, let's say book e-commerce website, next, create project, and here create a deployment, and here we get the free version, and here I want to go again to Frankfurt. Where is Frankfurt? I think I've missed it. Here, yes, and here create. So bicycle, this is the bicycle. What happened? Okay, like this. And here you need to write 0.0.00, like that, 4 zeros. At entry, finish and close, go to overview, and let me get the link here. So your cluster is being created, connect, drivers, copy here, and here let's type here for the password. Let me go here where it is to environment to variables, and here change that. Edit, save, and right now it should work. So here again, let me go to the GitHub, register at gmail.com 123 123. Let me click on inspect here right now. And right now we should have no error, but if we do, we're still going to fix it. We have nothing else to do. So right now, is it again going to be gateway 503? Come on, let me, probably we need some time to sync it. Guys, I found the fix to the error. I just forgot to push. So here you see I do git, where is it? Yes, git add, git commit, and git push origin main. That was my mistake. I forgot to push the data, to push the new changes, I mean. So git add, git commit, and git push origin main. This is going to fix it. So right now let me register. So hey, let's say hey user, that's gonna be the username. The email is going to be the same, and password is 123 123. Register, and you see here successfully registered user. Then here the login, and let me see if the login works. Okay, so you see the login works, the books are here. Let me click, let's say add to cart. Let me review the book. So let's say 7.6 something, submit, refresh the page, and here you see the user. Here okay, even the image pops up, you have no mistakes here. Nice. Order, and here we should be redirected to the Stripe, and here we are redirected to the Stripe. So let's check out. So here email just something, gmail.com 42424242 again, then something again, just some data, and pay. And let me see if it's a success. Processing, and you see here everything worked as expected here on this URL. So guys, this was the entire video. I'm very happy that you followed through. See you in the next one. Bye.